taught actually about infertility in this community. I mean, I'm half Russian Jewish and half Dominican. And I have like all the fertile myrtles on one side and all the fertile mirtas on the other. You know, like cousins popping out 6, 7 kids. And they're like, ay, pero ¿qué pasó con Raquelita? And like, Raquelita tiene el toto roto. You know?
Not toto roto.
I mean, they told me I had a broken toto. And I was like, wait a minute. She looks good to me. We've gotten pregnant before, her and I. So what's happening now? So like, yeah, I came to terms with this like semi-toto roto. And I went to see a reproductive endocrinologist, and she's like, we can help you. So I started with Clomid, which is sort of the non-invasive route, just popping pills to make your eggs fluffier, and that didn't work, but it gave me terrible headaches. And then after that, I graduated to IUI, intrauterine insemination. I did 3 rounds of that, and then I went on to IVF. I did IUI, IVF, I coño, all the I's to get pregnant. And I did 4 rounds of IVF. 2 of them stuck. And actually, interestingly enough, one of the rounds I got pregnant with twins because the levels were like doubling, tripling, quadrupling really fast. And I was called at my first Latino hive in Napa. I was driving around and my endocrinologist called me. She's like, I'm so sorry, but the levels are dropping and you're going to miscarry. And it was terrible. I was like, dang, like here I was like building up all this excitement, twins, 2 in 1 shot, bang, bang, you know, like I was like, that's it. We'll close up shop after that. It'd be wonderful. And then everything came to a crashing halt. Mm-hmm. So lost the twins, did 2 more rounds that did not stick. And that was when I needed another break. I was like, the drugs, the injections, the crazy mood swings, the money, okay? All of it was just like,
How much does it cost?
IVF usually costs like $10,000 a round, and they like insurance will cover up to a certain percentage. And thankfully I was working in corporate at the time, but they don't cover the drugs, and the drugs are thousands, tens of thousands, depending on what the approach is. And each round of IVF, and this is something they also don't tell you, each round of IVF, according to like what's going on in your body, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, they want to take a different approach each time. Like one round, we suppressed my immune system because they thought maybe I had an autoimmune disorder. And I was like, okay, let's try. So like, you know, intravenously, they suppressed my immune system. I couldn't go near anybody coughing, sneezing, hay fever. I sound like the commercial for like freaking Dayquil. But I couldn't go anywhere near people with, you know, that kind of anything. And that didn't work. Then I was going to switch practices because I was with one practice. I'm like, okay, I'll try again. But again, you know, I'm a womb warrior, but like we needed a break. I also am one to recognize when I need to stop, red light, collect myself. And I think it's okay to stop. You know, we're taught to keep going. Women, no, you can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Like, no, sometimes we need a little like breaks, literally breaks for a break. And during that time, I also started seeing signs, like literal, like and figurative signs to like evaluate where I was religiously and spiritually. And I became Catholic against my father's will. Like he was really not happy about it.
So you were raised Jewish?
I was raised Jewish. I was raised mixed. I have to say, like, I wasn't bat mitzvahed, but like really deep in the culture. Okay. But also there was this Dominican side, and I was going to the like holy communions and always took an interest in like, you know, the Catholic religious beliefs and practices. So I took RCIA classes, the Rite of Christian Initiation for Adults. It was mad cool. Every Wednesday we would bring our little Entenmann's cakes, and like it was like like mad people like my age talking, exchanging stories, and then we would read the Bible together. And I was like, what? Joseph did what? Like I was so hyped. You know, the book of Job was like, what? It was Mary Magdalene did what? Like gangsta. I was just like interpreting these stories and not making them my own, but like really connecting with them and being like, there's some present day stuff that kind of happens just like this. And I also felt like I was getting closer and closer to God, you know, praying on the regs and going to church, and it just felt right. So I received all my holy sacraments in one day. I had a sponsor. I went about it the good old fashioned way, and I became a Roman Catholic. And I just felt like I knew how to pray better. Like I felt like, not that there's any right or wrong way to pray, but I wanted my own method. I wanted something something systematic, something that I can go to in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, when I wake up, when I'm in the shower, when I needed to talk to God. Like, I'd be like, toot, toot, toot. Hey, God. Yeah, different kind of conversation. This is feels good. Feels good. How you doing today? You know, and just really connect with God and Jesus. And I tell you no lie, I got pregnant the good old-fashioned way, 3 months, almost to the date. Like, I found out 3 months later that I got pregnant.
From the day that you became a Catholic?
Yeah, girl.
Wow.
And you know the power of three. 3 is the Holy Trinity, and just the number 3 exists a lot in the Bible. And I was just like, whoa. Coupled with something else that I did something called botella de embarazo, which literally translates to pregnancy in a bottle. Que un tío, like uncle brought me, but like somebody gave it to him in DR. It was like his neighbor, like la vecina's friend who sells pastelitos, daughter's, you know, godmother's cousin, made some kind of concoction of like, I don't even know what was in it, but it was like a big like water bottle from DR wrapped in aluminum foil so they could bring it through customs. And it had a bunch of stuff floating around it, like Eye of Newt, like from Macbeth, like, you know, cow testicles. I don't know what the hell was in it. It tasted like armpit, but I had to do a shot of it every night, coupled with remolacha and molasses. And I got pregnant, you know, but I also think, okay, you could do everything in the world, but the key ingredient is faith. And I had this renewed faith this time around. And so that's Donovan. 8 years later, I had my baby boy. And I was working at Heineken, and this ties back to the question you asked me before. That was when I made the transition, the shift, that pivot. It was a hard pivot from corporate to comedy, because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do everything that makes me happy. I'm a mom now, and I'm going to pursue my passion for comedy, no matter what it takes, no matter the pay cut, no matter the questions from my family. Like, hold on, wait, you're going to go from being a marketing executive to a comedian? Does that even make sense?